Jason Show. Y'all, I am excited about this because we are talking about TikTok videos. If you don't know what TikTok is, don't worry. You also might not know what rice art is. Don't worry, we got you covered. I'm talking to Maria, who happens to be the woman behind these pretty virally famous TikTok videos. Maria, good morning.
Hey, morning.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Number one, we need to talk about TikTok. Number two, we need to talk about rice art. But first, I want to talk a little bit about you. You live in Princeton with your family, and all of a sudden, you're this TikTok famous star. Has it been a little weird for you?
It has been a little weird, yes. Every time I go to the grocery store, I'm like, I'm just afraid someone's going to notice me.
I know, I can imagine. I mean, one day you're making these videos with your family as something fun to do, and the next day everybody knows who you are. Okay, yeah. So speaking of which, number one, for anybody who's not familiar with TikTok, can you give us a brief idea of what the social media app is?
Yeah, so it's an app where you can create like a short clip or video of anything you want. So you have to either like a 15-second or a minute long. You can do your own content, or you can use other people's audio and create your own video. And there's a lot of like people doing dances, popular songs and things like that. Yeah.
I've seen a lot of those videos.
Yeah, yeah. And once you
challenges.
Yeah, the Renegade is the big popular one. The low.
Right.
But yeah, it's very addicting once you start it. Like you start it and like, oh, this is fun. Oh, now I want to create a video, and then you create a video. Then you're like, oh, this is really fun, and then you want to keep creating videos to see if you topped your last video and stuff like that. So.
Well, that got me thinking. So you decided, you get on TikTok and you're like, hey, I can do this cool thing. I make rice art. I had never heard of this until I saw your videos. What is rice art?
Okay, so it is just writing out something in rice with either like words, or I started doing like logos. So I have like rice that I dyed that makes a color, and then I just lay it out on my board, and then you just take it and you throw it up, and it works so well. Like you wouldn't think throwing rice up you would get like an outline or a pattern, but it works really well.
I mean, I had never seen anyone else do this. Did you come up with this, or is this something that you've seen other people do?
I saw other people do like words, just like hi, or like, words of a songs and stuff like that. And then there was one video I saw of a guy, his name was Joe, that did an outline of like the Dallas Cowboy logo, so like a star. And then we got talking, and he's like, oh, you should do the Vikings logo. I'm like, that's really hard. He's like, well, I'm like, maybe I have to do the Twins. And so he gave me the idea, and then I was late at night just like, oh, let's do it. And so then this was before I dyed the rice. I used like sprinkles to make the color. So the Twins one has sprinkles and then rice over it. And it was dark, and I just threw it up, and it just went viral. I did not think it would go because it was dark, and it was, not the greatest quality, but woke up the next morning, like I posted it that night, and I was like, woke up next morning, I'm like, oh, what's going on? It's just,
it's gotta be the weirdest thing to happen. I mean, to just all of a sudden you make this video and it sounds fun. You do it. You're like, okay, my mom will like it. And then everybody's into it.
Oh, everybody loved it. And like, every time you open your app, you have like 99 plus notifications. You're like, what's going on? What's happening? And you're like, oh yeah. And like everybody's commenting. Everybody was so really nice on it. They like are not like a fan of the Twins. Like that was really cool. That I'm like, I'm not a fan, but I really love that. And like it's just unique, and nobody really, you don't see it often. And and I think like the music I had with it just played so much more into it, and like made it so much more dramatic. I don't know.
It was very dramatic. It was really, really cool. So your profile also involves your family. How cool. I mean, your kids are pretty young. Do they get how cool this is that mom is like, I keep saying Instagram because that's what I keep thinking of, but TikTok famous?
No, they really don't. My son's 3, and he really doesn't. He doesn't care. He doesn't know. I'm like, I'm famous. Yeah, sure, mom. But I'm like, yeah. My family members know more, and like they talk to people that like are friends. Like, oh yeah, I saw her on my TikTok. On like the For You page, like where you see all the videos. It's called the For You page, and like, yeah, I saw her. Or like, oh my gosh, you know this lady, and stuff like that. So it's been pretty awesome.
That's got to be really trippy. You did me a favor. You made a Jason Show logo rice art. We're gonna show it in just a second. But was it challenging? Was it easier than some of the other ones you've made?
It was a little bit more challenging because there's a little bit more color. So I wanted to do it just like the logo because I wanted to be as aesthetic as I can, like just as much as I can, like be the same. And so it's a little tricky to get all the colors right, but I'm excited to show you. It turned out really good.
I'm excited to see it too. Okay, so folks right now are getting to watch it, watching the Jason Show piece. If someone at home who is watching this thinks this is really cool, wants to try rice art, do you have any tips for them? I saw you have a video actually that says how to do it too.
Yep. I did some videos. No, the main thing is make sure you have quite a bit of rice. If you don't have a lot, it just doesn't show up as well. And then just try it out a couple of times. Just write out high and just throw that up. And you can see how you don't have to give it much force, and then just go from there. Be creative.
I gotta ask, I noticed that you do a lot of these videos outside. Is it a pretty messy cleanup process?
Not really. I'm able to catch a lot of that rice on my board, and there's a few of them sprinkle off, and I have my tarp underneath me to pick it all up. But no, then I take it and I separate the colors back off, and I just go and reuse all my rice again. I just re-dye it, and I keep reusing it.
Oh, that's smart. So you don't have to just keep buying stuff. You just re-dye it.
Yeah. Yep. And then when I can't go anymore, then I give it to my kids for sensory play because I dye it for like sensory play rice, so then they can just play with it.
Oh, cool. Okay, so if there was any logo, any team, any person that was like, I want you to do a rice art piece about me, who would it be?
Oh my gosh.
I know Vikings, but you've done the Vikings. I mean,
I know.
It's a big thing in Minnesota.
Yeah, I know. I did all the teams in Minnesota. So I did Vikings, maybe I need to do the Minnesota Gophers.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Huge Gopher fan. Our news director here at Fox 9 is a massive Gopher fan. So if you do, please let me know.
Yes.
That's awesome. Well, Maria, thank you so much for joining us. If folks want to check out your TikTok, where can they find those videos?
They can go to my TikTok page. So it's maria.lynn.family. On TikTok, you just search the name and then it'll pop up, or you can just search rice art challenge and then you can find videos on there. And there's other people too who are starting to do the rice art too. So a lot of cool videos on it.
Awesome. Well, keep making cool stuff. I thought this was a really creative, neat thing, and I'm really happy you were able to join us this morning.
Yes, thank you for having me on. It was a lot of fun.
All right, everybody, stay tuned. The Jason Show will be right back.